Hello and welcome folks back to Bunny Rabbit Wrestling. I am your host, the Bunny Rabbit, making his way to the ring first, the one, the only, Jim Cornette. Jim Cornette has a bone to pick with AEW. He's taken on, of course, their leader, Tony Khan, Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks with Brian last week, and now the next pillar to go down. Not one of the four pillars, but the next pillar of AEW, Chris Jericho. Jim Cornette has a long history with Chris Jericho, once seeing him as a bright, doughy-eyed future star. He helped raise him. He helped groom Chris Jericho into the superstar he would become in WWE. But ever since then, it's been a long fall from grace. Icarus flew too close to the sun. With all the success, he was able to get into Tony Khan's ear. He was able to tell Tony Khan exactly what he wanted to hear. The walls of Jericho are breaking down, boys.
You are so overwhelmed.
The rock star himself, Chris Jericho. And he's been drinking a little bit too much of the bubbly. Chris Jericho at his and instead of jacking him up like they normally do in these games, this is his true form, his most powerful form. It has nothing to do with his physicality anymore. It all has to do with his backstage politicking. He's morphed into what he needs to be to backstage politic his way to the top. He still has a couple more years in AEW, but of course he's able to talk Tony Khan into creating a contract where he could leave at any time. So he'll be guaranteed to make as much money as possible in the event of AEW sinking. This guy has no loyalty to the company that's done so much to him. Tony Khan has bent over backwards for this man, this blob of a man. And this man, of course, has hurt all of our hearts. Okay, this is getting hard to look at. This lighting's hurting my eyes. This man, we all looked up to Chris Jericho. We all thought this man was special. Well, look at him now. Look at him now. This is for all of you at home. Jim Cornette speaks the truth of how we feel. Going for a grappling immediately. All right, Chris Jericho bloat. You're going down. Too much of the bubbly, buddy. Jim Cornette. I don't know why he's doing the Shane McMahon taunt. That's a very interesting decision. Chris Jericho almost getting a Walls of Jericho of a Codebreaker in. Jim Cornette able to do a couple reversals. Jim Cornette's talked many times on his podcast about how horrible this guy's doing and how horrible this guy's wrestling has fallen. How much he wants to be cool with the young kids. He moves too fast and he's too out of shape to handle it. Too old and too out of shape. Jim Cornette looks like he's trying to slow down the match. Chris Jericho is trying to move like the Young Bucks. He's trying to be hip with the kids and just do move after move after move. Jim Cornette insists on slowing down the match, though. Chris Jericho might be a little too heavy for Jim Cornette to be able to lift, so we have to keep that in mind as these two nearly 60-year-old men try and kill each other. They have a combined age of probably around 110. Everything Chris Jericho knows, Jim Cornette has likely taught him. One, referee even slapping Chris Jericho. Even the referee is disappointed in Chris Jericho, what he's become. Jim Cornette just handing it to Jericho. Jericho has no response to anything this 60-year-old man throws at him. Chris Jericho going to surround himself with people to take the fall for him. So that's how we know he's probably going to win this match. It is on legendary mode, and I'm not very good at this game. So we'll see. Chris Jericho. Jim Cornette's doing this for all the people Jericho's tried to bury. All the MJFs of the world. Jericho hitting him from behind to the back of the head. Jericho's going to do whatever he has to. Lion salt. He's going to land on his head. Watch out. Going for the pin. One. Jim Cornette's still in this, though. Going to go for a possum pin. Fuck this guy. Fuck this guy for real, dude. I can't believe I ever thought you were cool, and then you became this, like, try-hard. Like, you want to be cool so goddamn hard, buddy. You're 60. You're 60. Like, grow up, man. This perpetual midlife crisis is miserable. Jericho, desperately trying to cling on to relevancy. Jericho. Actually, this time it's not even Jim Cornette slowing down the match. Now it's Chris Jericho because he's too out of shape. That's gotta hurt. All 500 pounds of Chris Jericho blob on you. There's no way Jim's escaping this one. The second he gets into full mount, you are not escaping. He's just a little too heavy. Not even John Cena could lift up this guy. Chris Jericho going to the second rope. Shouting for Jim to get up in his whiny voice. You are beautiful on the inside. Jim Cornette says Chris Jericho's rotten on the outside. On the outside and the inside. Judas is a fitting name for Chris Jericho. Remember that time you tried to kill MJF's career? We remember. Chris Jericho going for a suplex. Remember the time you tried to get involved with CM Punk the second it was cool? Remember the time you tried to break up the fight after the fight was already broken up in Brawl Out? We remember, buddy. We remember. You're paying for it all now. Chris Jericho over the top rope. Burying Cash and Dax and the rest of the Pinnacle. Who else was there? Sean Spears. Sammy Guevara never benefited from anything that you were in. Oh my God, he's kicking my ass. I can't lose to this guy. There are actual stakes here. My pride. After shit-talking this guy so much this entire video, if I lose this is going to look really bad. All right, Chris Jericho throwing Jim Cornette into the ring. Jim Cornette having a little seizure on the floor. I'm not sure what's happening. Watch out, Jericho. Watch out. I don't know if the ropes could support you. I don't know if those ropes could support you. Chris Jericho probably dislocated his shoulder there. There you go. Drink this bubbly. Jim Cornette going to show you how it's done. Going to show you how it's done. Jim Cornette going for the pin. Immediately. 1, 2. Chris Jericho desperately clinging on to life. Oh no. There's actually a reason that the first 3 rows are empty this time. It's because Chris Jericho's sucking all the wind out of them. No! Everyone here is going to need an oxygen mask. Chris Jericho is breathing to save his life right now. Someone get this man an oxygen mask. Trying desperately to hide how out of shape he is. Jericho running into the ring. Jim Cornette immediately powers through though. Jim Cornette somehow in better shape than this rock star. Probably because he doesn't drink nearly as much. Jim Cornette, a much better singer than Chris Jericho, as we've heard the cult of meat with extra cheese. But we've also heard Chris Jericho without the auto-tune. There you go. Pretty good, huh? This is for Sebastian Bach, too. Oh, man. Jim Cornette throwing Chris Jericho into the corner. Chris Jericho still got some wind in him, though. Jim Cornette in the Tree of Woe. Tree of Woe, Jim Cornette. This is for all the times that Travis Heckle had to draw your disgusting, disfigured form. Your blobulous form. Jim Cornette going off the top, dropping a knee on Jericho. We got him hit him with the finisher. We got to show you how it's done. We're not going to end on a cold note. Chris Jericho kicking Jim Cornette in the dick, square in the penis. Jim Cornette still has it in him. Hitting him with forearms, forearm after forearm after forearm. Get him out of here. Get his ass out of here. Show him how it's done. Show him how it's done. Chris Jericho gets GTS to all hell. Going for a dirty pin, too. 1, 2. What the hell? The ref caught Jim Cornette. We're still in this. We're still in this. We can't lose to Chris Jericho, man. Chris Jericho desperately trying to knock the wind out of Jim Cornette. Buy himself some time to catch a breath. MJF could have been a star if it weren't for... There could have been so many AEW stars if it weren't for your backstage politicking. All right, we're going to end it on a cold note. Chris Jericho, going to do a cool... trying to be cool, doing kickouts at odd times. Even the referee slapping this guy's head. There's no saving Chris Jericho, guys. I don't know what to tell you. Thank you for coming, Chris Jericho. Jim Cornette's going to be doing the booking now. He's going to be... Jim Cornette's in the booker's ear this time, not you. And Jim Cornette's going to do exactly the same. He's going to put himself over at the cost of everyone else. That's right, we're going to bury the rest of the AEW roster here on Bunny Rabbit Wrestling. Let's go! Next up on Bunny Rabbit Wrestling is the rematch that no one cared for, no one wanted to see, and is coming back anyways. Hell in a Cell, CM Punk versus Ryback. Ryback with hair this time, though. That's right, boys. Ryback. His hairline had receded after all the stress of knowing who his father is, but after beating Goldberg and Simon Miller in a triple threat, all that stress has vanished. He's been reborn a new man. He now has hair. His hairline stops receding, and now it's unreceding. It's here. And he looks like a... I don't know, he looks like an English soccer player or something. He's going to play some football for us. He's going to play some football when he kicks CM Punk in the head. Breaks his rib. This match between CM Punk and Ryback famously ended with Ryback injuring CM Punk several million times. CM Punk complaining backstage about how Ryback is an unsafe worker. Speak of the devil, Chris Jericho is the only guy who vouched for Ryback. But anyways, that pretty much ruined Ryback's reputation. He fell down the same route as his father, Goldberg, who gave birth to him back in 1989. After Goldberg kicked Bret Hart in the head, Goldberg's reputation was pretty much tarnished. Bret Hart then gave birth to his son, CM Punk. And when their two sons collided, Ryback and CM Punk, their fate ended differently. Ryback didn't end CM Punk's career, but he damn well came close to it. And now we have this match. We have this abomination of an idea that no one ever wanted to see. Making his way to the ring next, our hero, our Lord and Savior, the straight edge society leader himself, the voice of the voiceless, CM Punk. Also my dad, CM Punk, making his way to the ring in his pink tights. He's going to put down Ryback once and for all. Going to get this guy off of Twitter. We're done. We're sick of you complaining, Buster. Ryback's done nothing but complain and complain and complain on Twitter ever since his release by WWE. People have told Ryback he should retire in several Twitter polls. And he thinks they're all trolls. He's convinced they're all trolls, but little does he understand, no one actually wants to see this bald-headed bastard back. Now he has hair, and everything is going to be different. Like Mussolini and Kennedy, I'm the coat of meat with extra cheese. CM Punk, ladies and gentlemen. We love him. I love him. You love him. He's my father. Ryback's the only man in the world who doesn't. And we're going to put him in his place. Referee making it official. Ryback, CM Punk immediately going at it. Ryback with a brutal kick to the dick. CM Punk got his penis injured from that. His ribs are broken all over again. CM Punk hits him with whatever that was. Trying to outmuscle Ryback. Curiously enough, I don't know if that's a very wise strategy. I don't know what CM Punk's doing here. All right, he's a little ring rust. He has a little ring rust in him. Okay, he can't always. He's like, forgive him. He's like 40 something now. What? CM Punk planning on making Ryback bald again. I'm gonna make you shave your head just like I did when Rey Mysterio beat me. When Rey Mysterio beat us back in 2009. Throwing CM Punk into the ref. Ryback plans on playing dirty. Watch out, CM Punk. He's going to shell shock you on the top of the cage. He's going to break your ribs. Ryback lifting him up for a blowjob powerbomb. Blowjob powerbomb. Ryback loves delivering blowjob powerbombs. It's his most powerful move. CM Punk able to reverse out of it, though. CM Punk's not taking it easy on Ryback. He learned from his mistakes last time. He may have been a safe worker then, but he's not going to give Ryback the benefit of the doubt this time. We're going to do a garbage indie wrestling match. Jim Cornette may have been on earlier tonight, and oh boy, is he going to be pissed at CM Punk for doing this. Nope, get away from me. Get away from me. I'm not done. I'm not done. Yeah, we got to get more garbage in the ring. More garbage. Getting a chair. We're going to get that trash can, solid steel trash can, literal garbage getting thrown in the ring. We got to get some thumbtacks. We got to get pretty much anything else that would piss Jim Cornette off. What pisses me off is a kendo stick. Why? That doesn't even make sense. Why is that under the ring? Like, a sledgehammer is a bit of a stretch, but I can buy. A general toolbox I can buy. A steel chair I can buy. A table I can somehow buy. A trash can, again, a bit of a stretch, but I can buy it. That's going to be in the arena. Why would it? What use does a kendo stick have? Like, this is supposed to be a fair combat sport. Why would you? What would a kendo stick even do in like a repair context? CM Punk trying to bring logic into this, but Ryback has none of it. He wants those thumbtacks in here real bad. One. No garbage in re-wrestling. Ryback lifting up CM Punk, trying to choke him out. CM Punk gonna power out of it though. Our hero, CM Punk, hitting him, gonna make him bald. I'm gonna make him bald with a couple of these blows, a couple of these maneuvers. CM Punk going for the Anaconda Vice. Letting it go pretty early, though, because there's no way I can get a submission. All right, we got all this garbage in the ring. We got to Chekhov's gun this shit. CM Punk picking up that solid steel table. Solid steel table getting bashed over the head of Ryback. You could see his hairline visibly receding. His reputation is going to get ruined once again. He's going to be deemed an unsafe worker. That can't happen, buddy. You got to stop CM Punk. That's not quite what I meant to do. CM Punk hitting Ryback into the solid steel cage, getting that solid steel chair, hitting it over the solid steel stomach of Ryback. Now we're going to beat him over the solid steel head. The solid steel hair transplant's going to fall right off. These two men run at each other, but CM Punk seems to have the quickness advantage. Packing all that muscle does have its disadvantages. You are slower, as we learned from Vegeta as we learned from Trunks when he fought Cell in his perfect form. Thinking all that power, all that muscle would give him all that power, but it only slowed him down. Ryback gonna throw CM Punk into the table. CM Punk gets, the table explodes. I think there's some C4 in that. I don't know what was going on. Oh no, Ryback's gonna attack his penis. Going for Walls of Jericho. CM Punk with an immediate power out, though. Maybe CM Punk's finally given up on his straight edge ways and he's on the roids. There's no other way to explain this. These two men completely exhausted. Get this fucking guy out of here. We're done. just GTS him down. Get the fuck out of here. 1, 2, You son of a bitch. You stupid son of a bitch. That would have been a picture-perfect fucking ending. And you ruined it. Go home, boys. Go home. CM Punk. Gonna use the kendo stick now. Just because he's so pissed off. Gonna defy all wrestling logic. CM Punk completely whiffs there. Ryback getting some reversals in of his own.
Give me your cock.
Ryback wants to give another blowjob. Completely misses. Completely so far away from CM Punk's penis. CM Punk. CM Punk. Okay, for real, though. Let's get this fucking guy out of here. This time for real. Get him out of here. GTS straight to hell. CM Punk actually hit him with his knee to the face. 1, 2, 3. Completely dislocating Ryback's jaw. He will be a threat no more. No more to the rest of us. We're going to shave that bald head of yours. We know what you are. We know what you really are. You're Goldberg's son. This is for Bret Hart. This isn't just for my ribs. This is for Bret Hart. I love you, CM Punk. I love this man. Have I mentioned how much I love this man? This man's feud with MJF gave me life. His feud with Drew McIntyre convinced me that there is hope in the world. God, I love him. I could just look at this for hours. It's time for what may be the most earth-shattering, groundbreaking, heaven-destroying, planet-breaking, atomic bomb-dropping match of all time. Drew McIntyre versus Squidward. These two have been talking mad papas with each other. Drew McIntyre told Squidward that while he's been having banger after banger after banger of a match, Squidward's been eating burger after burger after burger at the Krusty Krab. So Squidward, of course, hit Drew McIntyre with the Giga Chad meme. Drew McIntyre taking much offense to being shown as a screaming, angry Wojak, accused Squidward of someone who doesn't drink or do drugs. You've never seen a guy who doesn't drink or do drugs spend so much time in rehab. After rehabbing all of his injuries, of course, after SpongeBob breaks his limbs, episode after episode after episode. So what Squidward hit him with was another Giga Chad meme. Drew McIntyre then did the ultimate no-no, the ultimate insult to Squidward, posing with SpongeBob and posting it on Twitter. And now we have a match. That was the final straw. That's something Squidward could not take. WO. What the heck? Why is this guy in the NWO? It's Squidward! It's Squidward! It's Squidward, you guys! It's Squidward! Dude, freaking Squidward's here in PRW! Squidward's here in wrestling! Handsome Squidward. He's been hitting the gym. He got his face slammed by a couple of doors. That's why he spent so much time in rehab, because he's been busy he's been busy at the doctors. I can't even speak. I'm so excited. It's Squidward. Squidward, of course, his heel turn, joining the NWO. He wanted that title. Along with Hulk Hogan. He was there with Hulk Hogan, Kevin Nash, and Scott Hall. Dude, Squidward's been on a crazy heel turn. These are some of the worst, two of the worst men in pro wrestling. After everything Squidward's done, turning heel on the kiddies, Drew McIntyre being the troll he is. Oh my God, this is a match I never knew I needed to see so bad. Again, it started off hot. Squidward, both men going for a grab. As Handsome Squoo is doing his grappling. Handsome Squoo outpowering Drew McIntyre. Clearly, Handsome Squidward has the strength advantage. No law of loss between these men, but still, cheap shot from Drew McIntyre, kicking Squidward in the penis, in one of his tentacles. His two barnacles are suffering immensely from that. We're going to show you, Drew McIntyre, the power of the Krabby Patty. As much as Squidward may hate Bikini Bottom, only Squidward can insult the fish down there, not you. Drew McIntyre has also been commenting about how he's enjoyed the later seasons of SpongeBob. Squidward standing up for the people. Seasons 1 through what? 4? 3, 4? That's where it's at, buddy. No love losses. Sexy Squidward goes from the top rope. Lining up a couple of moves. The ref, you could see a bit of frustration, worry getting on his face. I don't know if the ref is going to be able to control these two men, these two freaks of nature. They're both giant, about 6'7" apiece. They are on more steroids than Brock Lesnar, probably. They are pissing acid. Sexy Squidward handing it to Drew McIntyre. Squidward roid raging. Going from the top of the announcing desk, dropping another elbow on Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre does a kip up, no sells it. Squidward trying to run away. Drew McIntyre throwing Squidward into the solid steel stairs. Squidward running for his life back to avoid the count. There is so much pride and ego on the line between these two. Oh, Drew McIntyre sucking off Squidward tentacles, sucking off his tentacles. Dropping Squidward on the ropes. Hit him. The Bikini Blaster. Choke slam from hell. Squidward's going to recoup a little bit of his energy. Now we're going to hit him with the charge finisher. My heart is racing. The Razor's Edge. The Clarinet Edge. Drew McIntyre able to get his way out of there. Isn't that Drew McIntyre's finish or one of his finishers? This guy looks remarkable. These two men are remarkably like Razor Ramon the more you think about it. Very interesting. Drew McIntyre finally getting some licks in. Squidward tactically retreating. Drew McIntyre does have a finisher. Watch out, Squiddy. Squidward trying to choke out Drew McIntyre. Probably for the best. You don't want him to do the Claymore. You don't want him to have enough energy to pull off a Claymore. Squidward pulling out Drew McIntyre. Hitting him over the back. Squidward has to be careful. He could Giga Chad up Drew McIntyre if he gets hit too many times. He doesn't want to slam him with the door, you know? I'm the only Giga Chad here. You pose with SpongeBob, huh? You're one of his friends. Going to the top rope. I call this one the Patrick Starfish dies. Frog splash, more like starfish splash. Drew McIntyre finally avoiding something, finally getting some semblance of offense in as he throws Squidward into the ropes. All right, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Fuck you, SpongeBob. Fuck you, McIntyre Bob. Eat these Krabby Patties. 1, 2. Drew McIntyre no sells it. What the hell, man? Ref, that was a slow count. Squidward raging out. You have to be careful, Squiddy. That ref is the man who's going to decide whether you win or lose this. Squidward going to taunt McIntyre. Before hitting him with one of these. So much machismo, so much swagger coming from this squid. Drew McIntyre also famously, when Squidward got the trophy after the snail race, Drew McIntyre famously changed it from Squidward tentacles, like it should have been, to Squidward tortellini. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. We're not losing to Drew McIntyre as Squidward. Squidward is not losing a match in BRW. It's Squidward. Razor's Edge, straight out of hell. Get the fuck out of here. Thanks for coming, Drew McIntyre. 1, 2, 3. Sexy Squidward is the man. He is here to stay in BRW. Bunny Rabbit Wrestling is proud to have such an elite athlete, such as Squidward himself. Squidward Tentacles is here. Thank you, Squidward. Get that troll out of here. Now this is how you end a show. This is the man I want to see at the end of my show. Thank you folks so much for watching another episode of Bunny Rabbit Wrestling. I've been your host, The Bunny Rabbit. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more Squidward Tentacles. Bye-bye.